Yeah, I'm like a de-veiler. You know what I'm saying? Like a de-occultist. Like I lift the veil off of things in my own mind. You know, so that's what this channel is about. You know, I just want to talk with y'all for a little bit today. It's the M's in the Grid channel. And I told you I want this channel to be many things, but mostly it's for me to have a place where I share my ideas and what I think are helpful keys. Notice I'm going to speak always like this. Think. It's what I think. It's what I intuit. This is anecdotal. These are things open for debate and discord. And I think we need to bring that spirit back. I don't think there's too many channels left like mine. You see, when I came on to YouTube a long time ago, it was open, the wild, wild west. You see, I think what happened is, this is not just on YouTube. There's an era, definitely, especially if you're old enough, in the early 2000s, maybe the late 90s, where there seemed to be a time where we were freely allowed to learn whatever it is that we want, okay? And by whatever, I mean whatever. Like, I remember in the 90s when they had like the Gulf War, and you can go on Google. This is wild. This is one of the things that like fucked me up. And see like beheadings. You could just Google search that. And that's not something, I'm not like a morbid weirdo. I had a friend that showed me that. I'm just gonna keep it short because I don't want this shit to get weird or demonetized. But they had some pretty violent things on the internet that was just open and free sourced. Okay, you had that side, but there was definitely, see, I've been around since the inception of YouTube. There was definitely a time where anything that you wanted to learn. And so this, I'm so grateful for my life. I say that all the time in terms of like things that have aided my consciousness. You know, a lot of older scholars frown on the internet era, people who just gain all their knowledge on the internet. But this is a library too. I've read books. I understand the scholarly aspect of it, but there was a time where all the knowledge seemed to be open. I'm not ashamed to tell you, I came into consciousness. I came into expanding of my consciousness, because I've always been conscious. In the early 2000s, I had some events that I'm going to share down the line. I'm going to make these videos as you get to know me. But as you see with my channel, like I'm unveiling this thing in like a progressional way, okay? Go watch my progressional thinking video and my Where in Hell series to kind of get my mind, my worldview, and to see, kind of get a feel for my brain. Yeah, so I realize, as a lot of old heads have, that the times have changed. If you're above the age of, I think if you was born, you know, around the 2000s, if you were in your teens or something, let's just say if you're over the age of 30, maybe even 25, you realize that around that time, I'm not looking at y'all because I'm driving. Y'all know how this is, man. Until I become a full-time YouTuber, this is the setup. Yeah, but I recognized there was a time where I learned things that were just that were off grid. So yeah, I get my point. There definitely was an opening. And so I'm going to also make a video, I plan, on disclosure and why in this realm, even with the controllers and the guiding of the masses to a certain type of mindset, the truth has to be allowed. It doesn't mean that it has to be propagated and put up in front of everyone like how, you know, misinformation and hurtful information is it's not at the same rate, but it has to be at least put up at least once somewhere where everyone can see. I'm gonna make a video on that for sure. I've actually made one and then had to delete it because I don't think we're up to that yet. And so where we are now, in my opinion and estimation, is we're in a time of now the veiling of the truth, okay? Like the veiling of how things really are, because we live in a progressively false reality. We live in a reality where the false things are not cool. Okay, what are some examples? Like, we just talking real, right? It's no longer the keep it real generation. Like the keep it real generations was like around the 90s. You know, if you was around there, everything was about keeping it real and how real can you portray yourself. And even then, by the way, you know, we still had it wrong because we equated real to like negative. Like I tell you whatever you need to hear to your face, I don't give a fuck, which is not all the way benevolent either, right? There are certain times where tact and holding things back play a part. But that was the era of keeping it a buck. I mean, we still do it to this day, but this era is strange when you really break it down, and a lot of people are not going to break it down like me. Let's take a simple thing like BBLs and body augmentation, right? Like, of course, I have a stance on it. I'm also I want to make sure that I express that I don't actually care what you do with your body, and we're allowed to do whatever it is, and it's still a beautiful world. If you have your BBLs, I am not a red pillar. You understand? I am always going to be more aligned to the center view. Like, it's not really my thing, but I understand why you would want to do it. You understand? But let's get into it. Like, it's a false thing. It's an additive onto your body. It's something not in the cards for you in terms of your natural progression without you being untouched. That's how you know what a natural progression is. Without you being touched or augmented, you would grow a certain way. But we all now, there was a time when I was coming up, right? Let me get to the point. There was a time when like plastic surgery, at least in the hood, was looked at as, oh, that's just white people in LA, right? Y'all remember like Dolly Parton. A lot of y'all ain't young enough for this reference, but like Dolly Parton was a country singer. She had huge fake tits. And we would look at it like, wow, that's crazy. Or you would get access to some pornography and it would be some lady with some huge, like hard, watery, watermelon type tits that they didn't meld into the body, right? Like they was separate. They were different from her. And we was like, that shit is weird, bro. And just like how we used to make fun of clown rappers in Living Color, and now we have, and I mean no disrespect, we have rappers that color their hair like the clowns and move around and do all types of weird shit. We never thought it would happen. And fast forward to today, they're affordable. You got chicks working at PC Richards, you know, making $1,000 a week, flying out to Brazil and Cancun, wherever the fuck, Mexico, Brazil, and DR, getting their asses, as Corey Holcomb said, putting that Air Jordan material, cracking that ass open, putting the Air Jordan material right in the ass. It's so like, and so we had a stint where it was like, okay, there's a few people that are doing that. Looks like entertainers and Hollywood people and rappers. And then I noticed a shift. And the shift was, okay, well, now if you don't have body augmentation, you're a poor, broke, lame ass nigga. Now it's a status of elevation, adding these things that are not natural to you. And I extrapolate it down the line of like, as time goes by, like that probably is gonna be the norm. It's gonna be like the movies. Like if you don't have these things, it's a show of you not doing well in the reality. Where a person like me, it's like it's the opposite. We're all opposite sides of we choose where we align, and it's just what it is. Where with me, it's like the Corey Holcomb made the joke, like it shows something. It shows that you're afraid to face the world as you are. Like me, my hair is starting to gray up. I've let it grow out into blowouts. Y'all have seen some of my older videos. I don't, just for men, the hair, I don't do any. My girl accuses me. She says you taper the side because you have grays coming out. But I've had a taper since like the early 90s. I've had this cut since the 90s. What I'm trying to say is, it's beautiful the way that I was made. I recognize the universal creator, and I'm okay with how it is because I trust that my higher self has a plan of how I want to express myself naturally, and I'm just going with it. And it's not even that important. It's not important how I look. It is and it isn't. It's not important to me. So without getting completely off the track, that's what I'm trying to say. We're having a change in the guard and perception of what is acceptable. And also a stifling of all things being given to people. And so with that long, windy explanation, I'm just stating it, you know what I'm saying? I'm stating it outwards to the universe. And then I shut the video down. I think I've been doing good keeping it around 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, this channel is for what I think is the truth. And I'm always going to word it like that. I don't know, you understand? I am wise enough, I think, to know that there are certain hard truths, but there's a lot of things that we're speculating on. And I'm speculating because the little of what I think is the real truth that I've learned has blown my mind open to know that I am a neophyte. I am like a basic understanding level learner of the reality. I am pretty sure that I am that. And so I want this channel to be that. I want it to be maybe one of the last vestiges. There's a few of them that I still fuck with. And I'll give some namesakes. You know, shout out to channels like Bro Sanchez. Even though sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I think he gets off the path of knowledge, but it's fine. It's his channel. He does it. He does what he wants to do. But I'm saying he's 97%. His mind is open. Shout out to Seven Beaumont, Understanding. Man, what a great teacher, right? And there's just a few others, but those are the two main ones I listen to. Shout out to people like Mark Passio. You understand? Go check these people out. Shout out to Forever Conscious Research Channel. Shout out to Dan from the Overwatch Project. Yeah, man, there's a lot more, but my brain is a sieve, okay? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Robert Morningside if you want to get an idea of like the history of our nature. These are all YouTubers that were like I listened to and learned actual things from. Phil Smith, Phil Snyder, dude that wrote the you know, these are like government truthers. There's just a lot. As my brain is thinking, I'm sure I could make this video way longer, but YouTube was open to real people. So I'm going to share a secret with you, okay? And then I'll shut the video down. And here's why I think this is going to hit a few people, my channel. And I'm on the journey to 250. I don't really expect a whole bunch. I just want it to grow, and I want the truth. to be a cool thing again. And I want us to be able to talk open. If I'm not telling the truth and I'm in error, I want to be corrected, like, publicly. We have this weird culture where it's like everyone wants to be the guy. But I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, man. I want this place to be, my channel to be a safe haven for you to at least learn some basic philosophy. So going forward, I have some basic groundwork. I'm just telling you what to expect for the next few videos. Some basic groundwork, realm dynamics, right? Seven Bomar uses this term. I want to make sure that I'm not just biting off of people. These are things that I have read and learned and also watched from people on YouTube, but mostly learned and have absorbed it and made it my own. It's my own wisdom. It's a mix of everything. But I think some of the things that I'm about to share with you guys can help you in your day-to-day worldview, especially a lot of the occult things, okay? Now, I don't remember if I said this before, but I mean, unfortunately or fortunately, I consider myself self-initiated, okay? This is a bold claim. It's not an egoic claim. It doesn't make me better. I don't think like, oh my God, I'm not a Mason. I'm not a part of any type of group. I'm not a part of any type of organization, Illuminati, Freemason, Scottish Rite. I forgot the other black, the black one. I'm not a Boule member. Obviously, if y'all been watching my channel, you know I'm not Boule. I'm just a weird guy that has, since childhood, been on a path of really just being interested in what this whole thing is. It's never going away. Like, what is this? What is this place, bro? Like, what are we doing? We spending multi-million-dollar, like simple things. This is my own question that I've asked, is multi-billion-dollar budgets on wars and bombs and nuclear this, and we don't know for sure what happens in the afterlife. Something doesn't make sense there. It just doesn't add up. We're going to Mars, we're going to this, that, and the third, and we don't know who made us and how we were made. And for sure, science can only say things like, you know, we speculate. Like, so time has erased all of our memory, or like we don't care enough about like solving major illnesses with, like, it's. So with that said, I want to share in the next few videos some basic groundworks, some realm dynamics, and these are, in my opinion, what's been hidden from you. So if you want to know certain things about the occult, you understand, let me clarify that again. This is a neophyte clarification, because many people, wiser people, have told you this before. Occult doesn't mean dark, it doesn't mean evil, it just means things that are hidden from you. When you're I'm at PC Richards. If you at PC Richards and your management has a group of managers that know something that's going to drop on the floor before you do, and they won't tell you, that information about the appliance that's going to drop on the floor is occulted from you. It's hidden away. And if you watch my We're in Hell series, that's part of what's happened in this last 6 to 7 to 10,000 year cycle, is just things that everyone should know has been snatched away from us. So I'm going to have a video on what is occult and how it pertains to us and what it does to the human being. The Masons and the builders and the people in power are right. It doesn't matter if you think that they're evil. There is knowledge on this place that will definitely make you more powerful, closer to what we would consider a god, right? But so I'm unlike them. I don't want to hide it. I want to try the other experiment, and maybe we can balance it a little bit, right? I'm polarized. I don't want to start using terms like the light, right? Like a light DeOccultist, I guess, if you had to put a label. But I am more on the side of the light, which is let us all learn, and then the chaos that ensues from that. I'm gonna shut it down after this point, okay? Let us all learn, and the chaos that will ensue from all of us learning the things, because there will be chaos. If we all knew the truth, there would be, like right now, we have a lot of people that are just out of their mind. So if we told people the truth about what I'm about to tell you, certain realm dynamics, there would be a time of chaos for sure. I'm pretty sure about that. But out of that would come order. Now, you've heard this term before. The dark side likes to flip it the other way, for lack of a better term, of the dark side. Just the people that are in power right now in the cycle that I think is mostly negative. Go watch my We're in Hell series. They like to have, out of order comes chaos. So it's a flippable term, looks like everything else here. Out of chaos, you can have order, and you can have order from all the chaos going around. But their bag is to create a whole bunch of chaos, and from that, in very small ranks, they snatch it and they hold the order. But they allow you to be chaotic and stupid and weird. And so, thank y'all for listening, man. Just be prepared. That's what this video, just in summary, I want to let y'all know that that's what, I want to be a place like the old days where you can come to my channel and just get the bag. You just get the jewels. Or not. You could just come hear me talk crazy and like it or not like it. Okay? But I'm going to attempt to just drop. A lot of people are way better than me at what I'm about to say, but sometimes you just need it in the straight formula, okay? I'm not strawberry lemonade. I'm not raspberry lemonade. I'm just the lemonade, okay? You're just gonna get it like how it is. And then if you want to expand the knowledge, you can go listen to way better people. And I just want to fucking have a place where I vent. Now, I said that was the last thing, but there is one more last thing. Yeah, so you get a feel for me, what's happened, why I'm starting to do this now that I'm old and gray. I'm joking, you know what I'm saying? I'm far from old and gray. I'm just a tad gray. Why I'm starting to do this now that I'm gray is that, I think I mentioned it earlier, I am more in the center of things. I recognize where we're going, and I choose the center because the center allows me to hear both sides. And so I have practiced more, what's the word? Like, what's the term? Laissez-faire? Like, oh, okay, I see the temperature of the people. That seems to be where they're going, and it's like hands off. In my youth, it was like I went through what a lot of people have gone through when they come into consciousness, where you want to change the world. You think you learned something. Emphasis on think. You're like, holy shit, I've gone through this, okay, so I'm sharing with you. Holy shit, I just learned something that's mind-blowing, and the reality is not what it is. I'm going to tell everyone. And you go tell everyone. And I'm from Brooklyn, New York. You understand? I'm not out in Arizona or nothing. And you go to your friend circle. I live in a West Indian / American setting. And you start telling niggas what you learned, and everybody's like, what? And you're like, hold up, it's not blowing their mind. Like, I thought this was gonna change people like how it changed me. And you go in here and you go there, and like everyone else, you soon learn that this is really for you, okay? Like, no one else really cares. I'm not saying that like in a defeatist, oh, nobody cares. It's you learned that it's meant for you to get activated. and maybe, and then the few people that I've been in touch with that I may possibly have activated be in the weirdest places, the strangest places. And so I say all that to say, I was in that phase of like, I have to change the world. And then over time, it was like, okay, I can't change the world. Let me gather knowledge and information. And then that morphed into, as I'm getting old, like, excuse me, as years have passed by, like, I'm just going to hold this to myself. And then over the last decade, the new transition, which is why I'm about to tell you why I'm sharing this channel, is the universe. I mean, it's always been, but I've chosen to be. But the universe has been poking me. Just to me, we all have messages that we're taking from the ether and making assessments from, right? Where the human being is a pattern recognition machine. Nothing else. And it's been poking me and saying, you have to share. And then people are telling me, bro, you should share that. Friends and family are like, I mean, what you just said was wild. You just quieted the room. You should probably share that. And so here I am. I think at the perfect time where, again, the point of this video, where the information is closing. Maybe this is one of the last times for a while. I'm not saying forever, because everything is cyclical. This is going to be one of the last times for a while where I can share this freely, because I intuit that there will be a time where the messages that I'm about to tell you are going to be like scrubbed from the internet. There'll be truth in plain sight somewhere else, but the internet will be akin to the books. All the answers are in the books. None of us are going to go read them. When's the last time you've been in the library? When's the last time I've been to the library? I have a book list. I'm thinking of doing an actual book list challenge on here too. And so I feel like it's time to get up off the bench and share and see what happens, man. Anyway, that 10 minutes turned into 27. I appreciate y'all, man. It's your boy M's in the Grid. Thank you for the new subscribers, man. Again, I'm on the goal for 250. I already got some new subscribers just in the last week of posting. Y'all see I've been up in the video quality and the amount of videos that I'm putting out. And I'm happy about it so far. And the goal is 250. And I know I'll make it. And if I don't, it's okay too. I just want this to be a place of truth and learning. All right? Peace. Have a good day. Hope all your family is in good health. Hope you're doing well. Enjoy your day, man. Later.